All right, gang, we're back live. Sorry for the technical difficulty there for those of you that saw the earlier clip. Here we are. It's MLM Monday, episode 61. Super excited to be here with each and every single one of you and get a chance to connect today as we're jumping into this topic. We got a really fun topic to dive into, and it's this idea of what do you do for third-party validation and closing business. So many of you who are watching or checking out the info, right? There's all sorts of different stuff that people do to close business and to create success in the direct sales company here inside of the space. And what we're going to be talking about today, we've been going through these week by week by week, and we're going to be talking about what happens after you shared with somebody and after they've seen a presentation, and what do you do when it comes to actually closing business. Now, there's all sorts of tools. I see, hey, Michael, hello, Brian, John, Jarko, wow, Ignacio. We got a lot of cool folks on today. Got some big leaders on the webinar here. Thanks for joining on Facebook Live, guys. Super pumped to connect with you. You're going to love this discussion then, because you guys are, really the ones who totally get this all the time. I mean, you know what's possible because you're doing it with your teams all the time. And this is a really relevant discussion for everybody. So here's the big question. What are you still doing? I know years ago we've all done tons of three-way calls and conference calls. And today a lot of people have taken that same thought and that same methodology to go start doing, Facebook Lives or Zooms or go to meetings. But I've seen an inherent challenge with that over the years, and I've really worked to solve it. And so here's some of the things I wanted to share with you coming on MLM Monday this week. The inherent challenge, and sorry for all the sun, guys. There's sun coming from every angle over here, so we'll get a chance to connect and hopefully the sun doesn't get in everybody's eyes there. So there you go. Look at that sun flare, sun flare, sun flare. There we go. We'll disconnect from here. So here's where the discussion comes to play. And the discussion comes to play when we think about the newest person on the team and what we're expecting them to do. So in direct sales, in network marketing, whether you're an owner or the corporate team, right? You run into the situation where you got to think about a process that even the newest person on the team can follow. We've already talked about some of the best practices we do for sharing, right? 2 weeks ago, we tackled that topic. Talked about Done For You social media, talked about some of the things you can do as leaders, things you could do as a company for those people. Last week, we talked about presenting, how you can have quality video content that tells a story that's funny, that not just the reps want to share, but that the actual customers would want to share as well. Well, today I want to touch on some of the biggest pieces where I think you could grow the fastest, and that's in how you're actually enrolling people. Many of you have lots of ways you share and present, but when it comes to enrolling, this is where I find most companies are the weakest. When we get brought in to consult in Europe or in Asia or here in the US, we start really taking apart what people are doing to build the business. This is where we see the most lack and the most lacking. So let me know if this sounds like you in your organization. You may have a Facebook Live or a Zoom webinar or a conference call that you teach people to invite people to if they've seen a presentation but haven't signed up yet. It's the follow-up call. It's the closing call, right? But because of the technology you're using, you have no idea who got who to that presentation. You don't know how they got on the Zoom webinar, how they got on the Facebook Live, how they got on the conference call. So at the end of your presentation, your big call to action when you're ready to enroll people sounds something like this. Get back to the person who invited you to enroll. You ever found yourself saying that? Get back to the person who invited you to sign up. So let's be honest here on the live. How effective is that? You can write it in, comment in. How effective is get back to the person who invited you to enroll? What percentage is a real closing rate on get back to the person who invited you to enroll? Likely not that good. For most of you, it's probably going to be around 1%. If you have a culture of a ton of three-way calls and you've done an awesome job training people, you might get to like a 4%, maybe a 5% closing ratio. Most of you aren't going to be much further than that. So the challenge is that you don't have a real call to action, right? You're not asking people for the order. You're asking them to get back with whoever the heck invited them. And that new person you're inviting them to talk to is the very person you're trying to help. They're the person who's looking for more in their life, more results, more success, right? And they're brand new. They're scared, they're intimidated. They don't know what to do. And so what happens is you inherently take your people who are the best prospects, the people who are most likely to join you, and you end up giving them to the least likely person to close them. That's what ends up happening. When you are building your business and you're not tracking who got who to your closing presentations, right? You're giving away your power. You're setting yourself up and your newest people up for failure, not success. So what becomes the answer to this, right? Well, the answer is that you better be tracking it. You better be tracking how people are getting your presentations, and you better have a way to close on behalf of your members. Hey, Ramona. Hey, Michael. Thanks for joining us. Hey, Ty. Hey, Rod. Hey, Ed. We got a bunch more people hopping on. This is great. So as you're checking this out, you got to walk through this thought. This is a lot of the stuff you'll learn if you tap into like a discovery session from the NaXum team, is that you have to track the people who are coming to your closing presentations. One of the things we've done for the last 4 years, and it's one of the things that makes the highest impact on every new client that I've gotten an opportunity to interact with, is just switching the culture from a generic presentation to an actual replicated closing presentation, right? Moving the culture away from get back to whoever invited you to sign up to click below and sign up now. Do you guys hear the difference? Get back to the person who invited you to sign up. Click below to sign up now. You guys get it. You're actually asking for the order. Well, how is that possible, you ask? Well, one of the things that I love is what we call replicated live stream channels. This is a piece of technology that if you don't know about it, if you want to see it in action, I was going to demo it here on Facebook Live earlier, and it's giving me issues flipping between sharing my desktop or sharing my video. So here's what I'll say. Send me a private message here on Facebook. I'll gladly connect you with Marshall and the team. We'll get you set up so you can see this in action. What we do is we build replicated live streams. So we use technology from YouTube Live, where you could live stream and you could have 10,000 people on the line, you could have 15,000 people on the line, and it wouldn't matter because it's YouTube Live technology within our platform. So the bandwidth isn't going to be an issue. It's not going to be like your GoToMeeting presentations where you get locked out after 1,000 folks or your Zooms, right? But here's the important part. In these replicated live stream channels, we actually track who invited who, right? So we know who's connected to who. There could be 1,000 customers on the line that are prospective customers checking out your opportunity, checking out your products, and they could be connected to 1,000 different representatives, different affiliates, different independent salespeople. But because of this technology, we can actually display a button or like a shop now button or a join now button where your call to action as leaders doesn't have to be get back to the person who invited you to sign up. It could be click below and sign up today. You can actually close on behalf of people. Now just imagine the feeling that gives to the people on your team, right? Imagine the feeling that creates for the newest person who's never been in direct sales before, for the brand new person, or even for the veteran that's somebody who's like the hopper. You know what I'm talking about? The person who's never found real success, but they've moved from deal to deal to deal. At least they're not a quitter, but they're the hopper, right? They're always trying to find something that will work, and they're still searching for a real team and a real system to create success. Imagine the feeling you could create if you started doing done for you closing your company, if you started actually asking for the order for your people. The stats are amazing. If you'd like to see more of that, or you'd like to see real case studies on it, send us a private message here on Facebook. Be glad to assist you with that and plug you into that. But these are the rules you got to check for, right? Is third-party validation happening? Yes, right? All right. Is it easy and simple for people to invite folks to? Yes, right? Is business actually being closed? Well, for most of you, that's no if your call to action still get back to the person who invited you to sign up. But it can be yes if your call to action is click below and sign up now. What do you got to do to make that happen? Glad to assist. Send us a private message here on Facebook if you'd like to connect more. Thank you for checking out MLM Monday, folks. Until next week, all right? Take responsibility and make it happen, folks. Have a blessed day. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.